Okay, so we're going to be making a water splitter today, which splits water into hydrogen and oxygen. First, we're going to need a couple water bottles. I'm going to be using 3. So, just 3 water bottles, full or empty, preferably plastic. A deep container that's watertight, and then somewhere that you can hold your water while you're not using it. You're going to need some sort of power source to split the water. So I'm going to be using just a DC power brick right here. I'm going to be cutting this off. To move the gases around, you'll need some tubing. This is just aquarium tubing. First thing that you're going to want to do is just take your 3 water bottles and empty 2 of them. Leave the other one half full. And you're going to empty them into your deep watertight container, because we're going to be using this distilled water to split. Grab some scissors. Also, the 2 empty bottles. Take these 2 empty bottles and just cut 2 holes in the bottom of them. I got this bottle done. The hole there and the hole there. So that's 2 holes in total. And make sure you keep the caps to these bottles. The next step is to attach some tubing to the caps of these bottles. So you're just going to want to cut a hole right through the top of the cap. And then just stick the tube right in there and hot glue it on. And that'll be your collection method for the 2 gases. Now that we have the holes done, we're going to want to get a collection apparatus that we can attach this to so that we can collect the gases. So I think I'm going to use plastic bags. I've gotten a large bag, and we're going to set up our collection apparatus. Here's my cardboard. You're going to want to stick this somewhere in the bag. Grab your scissors, cut a hole right over it, stick this right through. Grab some hot glue, and just go ahead and glue that together. I'm just going to want to take this and squirt it all over the place, and just let that dry out. If you want time to go by faster, just do this. It'll help out a bit. It'll cure that silicone quite a bit faster. And once you're done with this, make sure not to pull on it too hard, because silicone does not stick to plastic very well. But it should be good enough for an airtight seal as long as you don't rip it off. There's a bit of a leak with mine. Yeah, it's coming from right here, so if you have anything like that, just go ahead and grab your handy dandy hot glue gun, squirt right there, and then let that dry. This is most of the way cured, so just go ahead and give it a good press. Don't press too hard though, you don't want to pop the seal. Just make sure there's no leaks. I've cut my tubing here, so what you're going to want to do is take your tubing, drop it right in here, just about halfway in, just to see how this is going to work. And then here's my hydrogen cup, and this is going to go all the way down just below the surface of the water, and this is going to go into here. So of course we're going to have the caps on, but just for now, this is what it's going to look like. Since I'm actually low on tubing right now, I'm just going to be using this to collect the hydrogen. That's unfortunate, but I don't really need oxygen right now. Okay, so now is the time for me to hot glue this on, create an airtight seal. So now that this hot glue is dried, you're just going to want to apply it to the other side. Create your nice airtight seal. This is the bubbler cap. So that's going to go in here, and it's going to collect the hydrogen that's being bubbled off here. So I'm going to fill this up a bit more. So this is going to just collect the hydrogen that's being bubbled off, put it in this bag, and the hydrogen is going to be coming from here. And the cap to this is in the freezer, still setting, but we can get to work on putting this together. Okay, so now that I've tested this for air leaks right here, we can go ahead and grab our hydrogen cup, screw that on. That's how that's going to work. And this is going to go all the way down into here. That has to be submerged under the water in order for this to work. Just take a measurement of about where it enters the cap, stick it through the bubbler cap about that deep. So right about there. Now this is going to be collecting the hydrogen that's being bubbled off by this. Take your hot glue, go ahead and unplug it for a couple seconds just to let it cool off a bit, so that doesn't take quite as long to cure. But then you can just start applying this all around your tubes. I have both the bubbler here, my container, which actually does have a small leak, but I'm gonna fix that up. And this I've just filled with a couple of pennies to keep it held down. Now all that's left to do is to test and see which one of these leads is positive and which one is negative. Plug it in, stick them in the water. Now, hopefully don't touch the water. Put them close to each other, do not touch them. One of them will start bubbling a lot faster than the other one. And whichever one is bubbling faster is the negative. Tape off the positive, which is the one that's not bubbling very fast. So I put tape right there to mark that this is positive. Go ahead and stick it inside of your bottle. Drop your bottle down to the bottom. Let it fill back up. Take your other one right here and just stick it in there close by. I'm gonna secure this better. So you let that fill up, take your cap, screw it on. This is gonna take a really long time to start doing anything, but go ahead and plug it in. That should work. Very, very slow water splitter. So I'll get back to you once this starts actually making stuff. Okay, so I've set this up in a corner of my house, right here. This is just gonna stay plugged in, and that's going through here. And I will give an update once I see the first bubble here. This bubbles very slowly, so once I see the first bubble, I will definitely give an update. That's all. Thanks for watching.